Shalom to the elect. I'm going to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Alright, so I said all the praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Alright, and this is a news article that came out today, Monday 18th. Monday, November 18th, 2024. All right, in this article, it says Trump confirms. So, it's about this man, DJ Trump. It said he confirmed it, that what? He will utilize U.S. military to conduct mass deportations. It says President-elect plans to declare national emergency for undocumented immigrants with help of hardline cabinet. And the thing is, this man is already nominated. All right. So it's not like a matter of, if he gets in office, would he do this? There's a win. All right. But it says Donald Trump said on Monday, I'm only read a little bit about it, but it said Donald Trump said on Monday that his administration would declare a national emergency and use the U.S. military to carry out mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. In an early morning social media post, Trump responded true to a post by Tom Fitton, the president of the conservative group Judicial Watch, who wrote on November 8th that the next administration will use military assets to reverse the Biden invasion through a mass deportation program. Because remember, recently you had Joe Biden allow a whole bunch of immigrants to enter into the U.S., and you had, people around, in different states and different cities seeing, these immigrants face to face, these migrants and everything, right? So they want to reverse that now. It says since his decisive victory, Trump had said he intends to make good on his campaign promise to execute mass deportations, beginning on the first day of his presidency. And the first day of presidency, let me just type this. When is Trump's inauguration? Says when is inauguration day 2025? Here's when Donald Trump is set to be sworn in office. Says let me see. Trump's inauguration is scheduled for January 20th, 2025 in Washington, D.C. All right, so, But, it says, continuing on right here, but many aspects of what he has described as the largest deportation program in American history remain unclear. It says, let me read that again. It says, but many aspects of what he has described as the largest deportation program in American history remain unclear. It just seems like this man, Trump, is going to bring a lot of chaos, man. Because now he is the nominated president. It says, Trump has previously suggested he will rely on wartime powers, military troops, and sympathetic state and local leaders. Such a sprawling campaign in the use of military personnel to carry it out is almost certain to draw legal challenges and pushback from Democratic leaders, some of whom have already said they would refuse to cooperate with Trump's deportation agenda. And that's the thing. So not only is he going to have pushback if he does this, but it's like if they refuse, then what? It says through personal announcements, the president-elect has put together a team of loyalists and hardliners to implement a second-term immigration crackdown. Tom Homan, the acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement in his first administration, was named border czar with a wide-ranging remit. In a short social media post announcing the position, Trump said Homan would be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. And there's a lot of these devils, out here that are for this, and they think Trump's about to come in and, make everything, you know, great again. But all hell, cause cause think about it. Cause matter of fact, um, okay, it's right here. Woo! It says Trump and Miller have described plans to federalize state National Guard personnel and deploy them. Oh, let me read, let me read this slow and accurate. Lord, when it says Trump and Miller have described plans. Let me just make sure the mic is on. Okay. It says Trump and Miller have described plans to federalize state National Guard personnel and deploy them for immigration enforcement. So they came up with plans to use state National Guard, to force this. It says including sending troops from friendly Republican governed states into neighboring states with governors who decline to participate. So, for example, if a state, so according to this, for example, if a state is a Republican friendly state, right, Republican governed, they would use troops from that state to go into another state. Say, for example, say you have, let me say it again. Say you have a state that's Republican governed, right? And then next to that, you have a state that doesn't want to participate in it. They would use troops from that state, that Republican governed state, to go into the state that doesn't want to participate to enforce this. It says Miller has also advocated for building large-scale detention camps and tents. Damn. It says in his first post-election interview, Trump told NBC News that he had no choice but to implement a mass deportation plan, regardless of cost. So he's set on doing this. It says, it's not a question of a price tag, he said. It's not really. We have no choice. When people have killed and murdered, when drug lords have destroyed countries, and now they're going to go back to those countries because they're not staying here, there is no price tag. So according to an estimate by the American Immigration Council, deporting 1 million people a year will cost more than $960 billion over a decade. All right. So on and so forth. Okay. Can read more. You could read more about it. But let me just see something real quick. I had read about it on Newsbreak. Seen it. Let me see. Okay, this one. But it's not on Newsbreak though. I'm just trying to see if I could okay. Here it is. This is what I had seen earlier. It says on day one, this is a quote by Trump. He said about this. All right, it says I'm gonna start from the sentence above it. It says Trump pledged to get started on mass deportations as soon as he enters office. On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history to get the criminals out, he said during a rally at Madison Square Garden in the closing days of the presidential race. Then he said, I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered, and we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail, then kick them the hell out of our country as fast as possible. So, it just looking at it and thinking, hey, the military roaming the street, he said he's going to go into every city and town because you have these different immigrant shelters, different places. So thinking if you got these different immigrant shelters around cities and everything, and you threaten to use the military to kick them out, that means military roaming the street, and something could pop off from that, It just shows how the Lord works, man. Because remember, the Lord allowed the Lord had Biden, because we all know the Lord, as the scriptures say. I'm gonna get it real quick. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, meaning his mind, is in the hand of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is in control of these leaders' minds. Okay? So the Lord put it on Biden to allow these immigrants into the U.S. But now he allowed, he made it so Trump gets in office, and now Trump is going to kick him out. So the Lord is working, You see how the Lord can cause things to happen? I'm probably just going to end it with, actually, I'm just probably end this. Isaiah 45:7, quick lesson. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. See? The Lord is the one that makes the good times and the bad times. He creates them. It's I, Yahweh, do all these things. All right? So the Lord is the one that does all of this. Okay? I, Yahweh, do all these things. All right? So the Lord, he can cause something to happen after this. And think about it, if you having states that don't agree with it and you're using a state's military to go into another state that doesn't agree with it, that's division, So this man Trump, man, oh man, Documented migrants hope Trump mass deportations only for criminals. All right. It says, I'm going to just read a little bit of this. It says, Gabriella entered the United States more than 2 decades ago, gasping for breath under a pile of corn stalks in the boot of a smuggler's car. Now a housekeeper in Maryland, the Bolivian national is one of at least 13 million undocumented migrants living in the U.S., an umbrella term that includes those who enter the U.S. illegally, overstay their visas, or have protected status to avoid deportation. It says, across the U.S., migrants like Gabriella are grappling with what the incoming Trump administration's vow to conduct mass deportations could mean for their future. In over a dozen interviews, undocumented immigrants said it was a topic of heated discussion in their communities, WhatsApp groups, and social media. All right? So, and the other thing is, just remember that this land of America was never these devil's lands, but, prophecy had to take place, and more prophecy has to take place, such as Jacob's trouble. So, this could cause, this could possibly cause some things to happen. All right? Let me see what Trump's mass deportation plan would mean for immigrant workers and the economy. I'm going to read a little bit of this. It says, President-elect Donald J. Trump won the White House based partly on his promises to rein in immigration, with targeted policies that range from sending criminals to their home countries to more sweeping ones like mass deportations. During the campaign, Trump pledged to end the temporary protected status that allow workers from select countries to come to the U.S. to work. If some of the larger deportations... So wait. During the campaign, Trump pledged to end the temporary protected status that allows workers from select countries to come to the U.S. to work. If some of the larger deportation efforts, like rolling back TPS, come to fruition, experts say that there will be ripple effects felt in the most sectors of the economy, in particular construction, housing, and agriculture. So there are going to be effects. So see, we've been telling you, regardless of who wins, this country ain't, it's not going to thrive. Okay? So I'm going to read this last paragraph. On Sunday night, Trump announced in a social media post that Tom Homan, the former acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, will be his administration's border czar. Look at that word again. Czar. It says, a person appointed by government to advise on and coordinate policy in a particular area. It says Homan had said at a conservative conference earlier this year, no one's off the table. If you're here illegally, you better be looking over your shoulder. He vowed to run the biggest deportation force this country has ever seen. All right. It says economists and labor specialists are most worried about the economic impact of policies that would deport workers already in the U.S., both documented and undocumented. Staffing agencies were watching the election especially. It says, so I'm just going to read a little bit, actually, because it's just more interesting as I read more about it. I'm just going to read a little bit, more about the what could possibly happen, with work and everything. They're saying, it says, that morning after the election, we sat down as a leadership team and explored what does this mean for talent availability, said Jason Leverett, president and co of the At Work Group, a franchise-based national staffing agency. At Work provides commercial staffing in immigrant-heavy verticals like warehouses, industrial, and agriculture in 39 states. Workers, and this is the thing, right? Man, this I was on a plantation, and this Ephraimite, I know it was a manager, but I was on a plantation with some fellow Issacharites, right? And he said, and this is before, this is while the voting and everything was going on. I was working alongside Issachar, and they Issacharites, they didn't really speak English. They didn't understand English. But the Ephraimite dude, he was telling me, like, he was like, see, this is why we need Trump here to get these niggas out of here, and I'm like, damn, so people really, people want this man to, come back, and they pretty much they put their hope in this dude, but it's just people, people are in that spirit, of being, for Trump and everything, it's just amazing to watch it, to watch this type of stuff, pretty much to watch this place crumble. I'm gonna say it like that. All right, the different events, the different, bad events. Okay, it says workers, talent, and industry parlance are already in short supply, while the worst of the labor crisis spurred by the post-COVID C-19 economic boom has passed, and labor supply and demand has come back into balance in recent months. The number of workers available to fill jobs across the U.S. economy remains a closely watched data point. Mass deportation would exacerbate. Let's look at what that means. Exacerbate, meaning make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse. Says mass deportation would make worse this economic issue, say employers and economists. If the proposed immigration policies come into reality, there could be a significant impact, Leverett said, pointing to estimates that a mass deportation program could leave as many as 1 million difficult to fill potential job openings. Check that out, So, difficult to fill job openings, and not everybody has, certain certifications and skills, and degrees to fill certain jobs. So, then it affects the affecting the economy. So, hey man, this place is crumbling. So I just want to, bring that out. All right. But hey, so with that, I'm gonna give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, every will. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect. Shalom to the elect.